make veggie enchiladas. In the cupboard we had some tortilla flour and a little packet that was like an El Paso salsa and some guacamole mix. And veggie enchiladas just have a lot of veg in, which is quite easy to source in the shops. So let's get cooking. We had this white masa harina flour, which is used to make tortillas, in the cupboard, so I thought I would use it. You can make tortillas with just normal flour, and I'll put the recipe for that below the video, but I'm doing this one today. So I've put 250 grams of flour in the bowl, and then we've got half a teaspoon of salt to add a bit of flavour, and then I've got 350 ml of warm water, and I'll just add the water and mix and stir this in. This flour's got this really weird consistency. It's kind of like Play-Doh. It doesn't go sticky either. And then we'll leave that for 20 minutes to rest. While we're waiting for our tortilla dough to rest, we're gonna prep our veggies. This is usually done on a griddle pan, but I don't have a griddle pan. So we're gonna grill our veggies on a grill instead of a griddle pan. So I just cut the pepper and de-seed it like this. And we just want to cut these into half. And they'll go straight onto our grill pan. If you don't have a grill, you could probably do this just in a normal pan and just use tongs and turn them around. So I have 1 red pepper, 1 yellow pepper and 2 corn on the cob. Again, if you can't find corn on the cobs, you can just buy sweet corn in a can, and then you'd put that in a pan and kind of fry it up in a pan. We'll just put these on here and put them in the grill, and we'll just keep an eye on them, and we'll turn them round when they get nice and black charred. So we're gonna heat up about a tablespoon of olive oil in our pan, and we're gonna drain 1 tin of black beans. If you don't have black beans, just pick a bean that you like the flavour of and go for it. But I think black beans are the best in enchiladas or any kind of Mexican food. They're a staple Mexican food. You could also buy these dried and soak them and cook them if you can't find any in a can. Drain and wash those and put them straight in the oil. And then also half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to put a heaped teaspoon in because why not? And give that a stir for about 4 to 5 minutes until they are nice and fried. We're also going to prepare our spring onions. I have 6 spring onions here, and we're just going to trim the ends off and then finely chop them. And I usually start cutting from the white bit and then go to the green bit. We're going to reserve a few spring onions for garnish later, and then we're also going to cut up our chili. So just cut the top off, and we're going to remove the seeds because they're the hot part. So just cut those out. And the white bit as well, that's also hot. Then we'll finally chop these up. And remember not to touch your eyes after you've done this, because you're gonna be pain. So just add a bit of a kick, which will be nice. And if you don't like it too spicy, you can do half a chili, or if you want it real spicy, add another chili, up to you. And if you don't have a chili, you could just add chili powder. So we'll add our spring onions and our chili to a bowl. Also add our beans, cumin beans to the bowl. Then we have a bunch of coriander. We're going to try and reserve the stalks, but we're going to pick off the leaves and just rough and ready put those in. I like to do quite a generous bunch, because I like coriander. Then we got the juice of a lime. Just going to squeeze that right in. Oh, this is a hard lime. Does it smell good? Get that citrusy flavor in there. Ooh, baby. So I got my peppers out. My corn on the cob isn't quite done yet. It's a nice blackened pepper. We're going to cut them in 1.5 centimeter cubes and then add them to the rest of the mix. They are hot! I should really have waited for these to cool before I did this. I would advise that. Give it a mix. Get all those colors. Whoa. And we're going to season with salt and pepper. Bring out all those flavors. Then we're going to cut 2 cloves of garlic. And we're also going to cut up our reserved coriander stalks as well. So we'll heat our pan up again with some oil in. And make sure you've wiped the pan down before so there's no stuff on the bottom from the beans. And then we'll add our garlic and our coriander stalks and just cook them for about a minute. We're going to add a can of peeled plum tomatoes. I would recommend getting whole tomatoes rather than chopped tomatoes because they're actually a better quality than the chopped ones and they taste a lot better. So we're just going to put those right in the pan. And just break up the tomatoes with the back of your spoon. And then we're also going to put in half a can of hot water. And I'm going to add, because we have the dregs of a tomato ketchup bottle, I've just put some water in to wash it out. And I'm going to add in those dregs too. And then we'll bring it up to the boil. And once it's at boil, we'll reduce the heat and simmer it for 5 minutes so that the liquid reduces. So our corn on the cobs are nice and blackened. They're looking lovely. And we're just going to cut them off just like this. Again, I would probably leave these to cool before you do this because it's burning my fingers right now. I'm actually going to add a few more spices in the rest of the coleslaw. You can experiment with what spices you have. I'm going to add a little bit more cumin. So this is going to be our enchilada sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of coriander, just a little bit because it's quite a strong one. And then I'm also going to go rogue and add some cinnamon because I think that will add a nice sweetness. Just give that a stir. Oh yeah. So we're going to make our tortillas now while the sauce is bubbling. I have actually got a tortilla maker. If you don't have one of these, which I think most people don't, I have quite rogue items in my cupboard. You can use a rolling pin to roll these out. If you don't have a rolling pin, a wine bottle or a glass or just something smooth. So we're going to split our dough into 20 portions. So we've made our balls of dough, 20 balls. We're going to heat a pan with nothing in, so it's dry frying. And then we're going to use this tortilla maker. Put one of our balls in the middle. We have 2 pieces of plastic. I've just cut up a sandwich bag really. And this will make sure it comes off easily. It goes right in the middle. You press your centre down. And then you press this down. And hopefully the magic will have worked. There's a tiny wee tortilla! Peel this back slowly. And once your pan is hot to check, we're going to peel this back and just put it in. And that should be in for 20 seconds on each side. And it will start to puff up. Look at him puff a little bit. So we're going to season our sauce with salt and pepper. A hive of activity going on here. And then we will blitz it till it's nice and smooth. I'm still making some tortillas, but we're going to construct at the same time. We've got our tortillas and our beautifully coloured bit to go inside. Wow, glorious. I'm going to spoon a little bit of this glorious mixture inside. And then just wrap these bad boys up. And put the underside, the messy bit under, whoop, like so. It's alright if some of it spills out. And we'll just carry on like that until the whole tray is full. So as you can see, it's all nicely laid out. I've also used some rogue wraps we had in the freezer just to use those up as well, but it's all nicely portioned out. Now we're gonna tip over our sauce. Enchilada sauce. Just make sure it's evenly distributed. This is where the lovely saucy bit comes from, in the enchiladas. And then we're gonna put some cheese on top. The recipe did call for cheddar and feta, but we only have cheddar, and I've grated quite a lot here. So about 70 to 100 grams. If you want to do any kind of cheese you have in the fridge, and just, oh, you know what? I think this is a good amount. What do you think? More? All of it?
All of it.
And then we'll drizzle over a little bit of olive oil, and then that will go in your preheated oven, which is at 200 degrees Celsius or gas mark 6 for about 25 minutes, and then it should come out nice and crispy and golden and glorious. Right on there. So we're going to make our guacamole now. If we actually had this random capsicana guacamole mix in the cupboard, but if you just want to make your own, you get 1 avocado, half a red onion chopped up finely, some chili or chili flakes if you don't have a fresh chili, squeeze of lime juice. If you don't have lime juice, you could try it with lemon juice as well, and some salt and coriander chopped up as well. Mix that all together and that'll make a nice guacamole. But for the benefit of today, we're going to use the random ingredients we had in the cupboard. So cut it in half. That is a gloriously ripe avocado. Voila. I'm going to make some scores here. And then just scoop that baby right out. Oh yeah. And we'll do that for both sides. Keep hold of the stone, because this stone will actually help keep your avocados fresh, because avocados do turn brown when they are in the air for too long. But if once you've made your guacamole, you can put the stone in the middle and that will help. And I'll just mash this avocado up. And then we'll just add our mix. Oh, was not expecting that. It's like a little sauce. It smells good. Mix that up in there. And stick our stone in the top. So it's been 25 minutes. I can hear the sizzling. Get those glasses on my head. Oh, hello, beautiful. Check it out now. A funk soul brother. Let's get this bad boy to the table.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's gorgeous.